Hello and welcome to Huskins Field here for the Tufts Jumbos game against the Middlebury Panthers. I'm Daniel Mahoney, and I'm here. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and this is Max Goldfarb joining on color.
Yep, we've got a great game here today, and fortunately it is amazing weather. I think it's a high of about 65 here.
Some of the best we've had this spring so far.
Yeah, fortunately there was a little rain yesterday, but fortunately it subsided, and it's a great day for baseball. So we'll go through the lineups first for Middlebury. Batting first will be Andrew Hennings, the second baseman. Batting second, Justin Hahn, the left fielder. Batting third, center fielder Henry Stremecki. Batting fourth, cleanup, third base, Hayden Smith. Batting fifth, the shortstop, Brooks Carroll. Batting sixth, the DH, Jake Diano. Batting seventh, the first baseman, Kevin Woodring. Batting eighth, the right fielder, Sam Graff. And batting ninth, the catcher, Gray Goolsby. And pitching for the Panthers is Colby Morris. So Morris has had a pretty good season. Thus far, he's 3-0 and with a 2.57 ERA. But they'll be facing R.J. Hall of the Jumbos here in the top of the first. And then I guess we'll get to the lineup for the Jumbos in the bottom half of the first inning. So Max, what are you looking forward to in this game?
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing if the Jumbos can keep up their pretty explosive offensive production they've had recently. You know, if they get into kind of a pitcher's duel with Middlebury, it'll also be interesting to see if they can handle that kind of a trend of a game. So I'll be curious to see how this one plays out and how we see things progress in this game going into the next one, the second half of the doubleheader. What kind of compete level these teams have.
Yeah, that's right. So this is the first game of our doubleheader, which means we're only playing 7 innings, so a little bit shortened, so you can fit both games in. But that means more drama.
Oh yeah.
And it looks like the
Ump is dusting off the plate, and looks like we're about to get ready to go.
Yeah, ready to play ball. This is number 5, Andrew Hennings, coming up to the plate. R.J. Hall with the pitch. And the first pitch is outside for a ball. Second pitch comes in for a strike.
Working them low.
Yep, you need to get back in there. You always like to start the game on a strike, but brought it to a 1-1 count now. And Hennings, he knows what he's looking at now. Hennings thinks about swinging, and the umpire agrees with him. He checks his swing, called a ball. I don't know about that one, might have been inside.
Yeah,
but,
just a bit inside.
Yeah.
2-1 count now.
Swung on to the second baseman, past the diving Burgess, and that'll be a single for Andrew Hennings. So the first bat of the game, the Panthers will get the leadoff man on. And we'll move to Justin Hahn, the left fielder.
The left fielder, number 6, Justin Hahn.
Hall checks on his runner. And he throws over. Diving back is Hennings.
Hall being a righty, there's not too much deception on the throw-over, but, just got to keep the runner honest.
Yep. Hennings does have 5 stolen bases on the year, so it's at least something to think about.
Yeah.
R.J. Hall with the pitch now. In there for a strike. Oh, 1 count now. This one popped up in foul territory. Di Maria barely has room right at the fence, makes the play in foul territory to retire the first out.
Slams up against it, but no problem for Di Maria.
Center fielder number 14, Henry Stremicki.
Yeah, and that's not an easy play, especially with some wind and the ball's trailing back away from you. But nicely done to haul it in.
Oh, yeah, especially on a sunny day as well.
Oh, yeah. Up now is Henry Stremecki, the center fielder.
Team leader in RBIs. We'll see what he can do.
His first pitch, down in the dirt for ball 1. Hall back, throws to first.
Not even taking much of a big lead at all, but, you know,
Yep.
wants to make sure he's staying there.
Yep, Hennings doesn't have too much to worry about getting back that time. Hall now goes towards home. That one called a ball. Frickman held it there, tried to frame, but couldn't get the call from the ump, and then I'll make it 2-0. Hall with the 2-0 now. That one's called a strike.
Rickman doing a nice job of framing. That one looked a little low to my eye as it came in, but raised it a little bit to get it within the strike zone.
Yep, he made sure to hold it there until he heard the strike call, and he got it this time. 2-1 count now. This one popped up to center.
Cheap
And
little hit on the inner part of the outfield, but catch made.
Yep, coming in is Mills there. It looks like it could have fallen in for a bloop, but that's a good call off by the center fielder. That's certainly his ball instead of the second or shortstop, and that will make the second out here in the top of the first. Up now is the third baseman, Hayden Smith. Smith is batting .283 on the year.
The runs leader.
Hall with his first pitch. Nope. Instead, another check over to Hennings, and he's still safe.
Even with 2 outs, concerned about the possibility of stealing, I guess.
Yeah. The pitch now. It's in there for strike 1.
Some off-speed stuff. Made it work.
Ball comes set. The 0-1 pitch is low. Ball 1. Brings it to even at 1-1 the count. One now. Swung on.
Bell ball in our direction.
Yeah, I think our cameraman should have caught that one, but a little bit out of reach there for Jared, our cameraman. But yeah, that's foul. That'll make it 1-2. So Hall's ahead in this count. He's trying to end the first inning, top of the first, at least. Even after giving up a single to the first batter, he's looking to put it away. Swung on to third baseman, dives off his glove. Shackelford, the shortstop keeps it from getting into the outfield, but it won't be in time to get the runner at first. I think that'll be called a hit. Yes, it will. It was a good attempt there by Varinos over at third, but it was a hardly hit ball, and that'll go for a single.
So you get the impression now that Hall is throwing a lot of low stuff, mixing in some off speed. I mean, the 2 hits they had were, you know, hard hit balls on the ground, so you might be seeing a lot of that as the afternoon goes on. But certainly a safe style pitching, I'd say.
Yeah. First pitch now, hit to left field, pretty high. It's going foul.
Remains foul.
And Santos Ocampo can't quite reach there, but it will go foul. That's the first strike now for Brooks Carroll, the shortstop. Got a pretty large area out on the third base side in foul territory. So there's a lot of room for pop flies. And
Reminds me of the Oakland Coliseum out there.
Oh, yeah.
Football field size across the way.
Ball now comes set. The 0-1 to Carroll. Outside for ball 1. Frickman had to reach pretty far to get that one, make sure it didn't get past him. Panthers do not have a runner in scoring position. Looking for, a good start to the top of the first for them. The pitch, swung on, hit softly to third base. And the throw in time at first. And a nice play there from Varinos, and the stretch from Di Maria at first to retire the side in the top of the first. There were a couple hits there given up by Hall in the top of the first, but he managed to get out of it with no runs allowed.
Yeah, no, as we could see, Hall maybe settling in after that. After those couple of hits, maybe as we move forward, he'll be able to lock it down some.
Colby Morris has been the star pitcher really for the Panthers this season. He's 3-0 with a 2.57 ERA and 7.39 strikeouts per 9 innings. So he's certainly been getting the stats padded in that respect. First pitch now to Mills. Called a strike. As the wind picks up a little here in Huskins Field. The second pitch swung on to the first baseman. He'll toss it back to Morris, who comes over to make the out.
Nice play on the first base to pitcher exchange, getting them the first out of the inning.
Yep, Morris making sure to field his position. He helps himself out. It's always a little bit difficult coming off the mound to make that play, but you practice that one a lot, and he made it look easy there. Batting now will be the DH Ryan Day. The first pitch is high and outside for ball one. Morris with the pitch now. Swung on to the shortstop. He bobbles it, and this one will, Day will make it to first. So we'll see if that one goes down as an error. I expect it will. It was a bit of a tough hop, but still a makeable play there.
Yep, so they score it as an error. For the shortstop, gets the Jumbos their first runner of the day.
Yep, and if your day, I mean, you'll take it any day of the week, of course. Got first base runner for the Jumbos this afternoon. And up now will be Casey Santos Ocampo. Morris with the pitch. Swung on, fouled back to the left. Scares the Panthers bullpen on the third base side. Morris with the pitch. Swung on again. This time gets Ocampo to chase, makes it a quick 0-2.
Very early on that swing, Santos Ocampo.
Yeah, he was early on the first one too, pulling it down the third base side. See if you can straighten it out now that he's behind and fighting the pitch now. Swung on.
And he does.
Hit to left field for another base knock. That'll make it first and second for the Jumbos. It's a great at-bat there from Ocampo. Down 0-2, just trying to make contact, and gets that one to go between the shortstop and the third baseman.
A very hungry at-bat for Santos Ocampo. A lot of pull swings, but it worked out for him in the end.
Yep.
Able to get that laser to left field.
Yeah, he swung on all 3 pitches that he saw, so he's certainly eager. But it worked out. So up now is Peter DiMaria, the freshman and first baseman.
Believe they're their average leader, yes.
Yes.
Great start to his career, you could say.
Absolutely. He's batting .500 so far. And the first pitch he looks at is high for ball 1.
Maybe try to back him off the plate there. Looked like he was a little inside.
Yeah. Morris comes set. Pitch. This one falls in for strike 1.
Tough for DiMaria going righty on righty, but hopefully he can settle in.
Yep, that was a nice pitch, the last one. I think fooled him with some off speed and then got it right down the middle of the plate. Ooh.
And he does get hit there. Well, if you can't get him out, as it seems like a lot of teams haven't been able to do, guess you can limit damage by just put him on first base with that hit by pitch.
Yep. So with that hit by pitch, that'll leave the bases loaded. Now here with 1 out and JP Knight coming to the plate.
So we'll see if the Jumbos can burst through with some runs here. You know, maybe get that early lead that can have them set for here on out.
Yep, it certainly feels good to get a lead early, especially in your first at bat. The first pitch in there for a strike. JP Knight is batting .392 on the year. He doesn't have any home runs yet, but you know, bases loaded. Maybe that means he's due, right?
Oh yeah, nothing better than a grand slam to give you your first homer of the year.
Morris with the pitch now. Thinks about swing, and it's called strike 2. So Morris, after a bit of a perhaps control problem, hitting DiMaria, goes up early in the count, 0-2, here to Knight. Morris with the pitch. This one's high. It's another fastball, but couldn't get Knight to chase, so it's 1-2.
Steps off. Think about it a little bit. Big pitch here. See what he comes with.
Yeah, definitely a chance to, if you know, a strikeout here would be huge, making it 2 outs, and even with the bases loaded. But Knight wants to keep fighting, and he does. Fouls that one off. Stays alive. Still a 1-2 count. The pitch now to the third baseman, to second for 1, and to first.
He gets it.
He gets it for the double play. That's Woodring at first with the stretch and dive of sorts to hold the double play and keep the Jumbos off the board. Very important play there. Nice all-around 5-4-3 double play. Ends the inning and prevents any runs from scoring.
So you see both teams avoid some scares with hits in this first inning. We'll see how that bodes for the pitchers moving forward. If maybe it's a day of some unsettled pitching, or if they can lock it down.
Yeah, it certainly seems like the first team that, at least so far, obviously it's early, but the first team that can just push their way through, maybe it can lead to a barrage of runs. There have been a lot of hits so far, or a lot of base runners at least. Coming up to bat here in the top of the second from Middlebury will be Jake Diano, the DH.
Give you Jumbo's fans a little score update from the neighboring softball field. It looks like the Jumbos are up 3-2 over Bowdoin in maybe the bottom of the fourth.
Yep, looks like it.
The game's moving right along. Hopefully it's a good day overall for the Jumbos.
Yeah.
We'll see if the baseball team carry their weight.
Hall now with his first pitch to Jake Diano. Swung on to center fielder Mills. He goes back, and he makes the catch. For the first out of the inning, first pitch, first out. It's always what you like to see as a pitcher.
Oh, yeah. The less strain, the better.
The first baseman, number 25, Kevin Woodring.
Coming up now is Kevin Woodring, the first baseman. His first pitch. Lets it be, and it goes for a called strike one.
It's like Woodring here is one of the few who opts not to bat with batting gloves.
Yeah.
Interesting move.
Yep, and the second pitch is again a strike, so he's quickly in an 0-2 hole. Hall now with the pitch. And that's a called strike three.
Great framing job once again.
Absolutely. Woodring never even gets the bat off his shoulder for 3 straight strikes. And R.J. Hall's first strikeout of the day.
Pretty light inning so far. Strike after strike,
Oh, yeah.
out after out.
Up now is Sam Graff. His first pitch. Again, another strike. R.J. Hall with the pitch. Inside. Graff had to turn away from it a bit. That'll go for ball one. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on. Third baseman with the throw, and he gets the third out. It was just a little dribbler down the third base line, but coming in was Verino to make the play, and that'll be a quick 1-2-3 inning. After a bit of difficulty in the first, R.J. Hall has a very nice top of the second.
It was a great toss by Verino. It was a little underhand toss across the diamond to Di Maria.
Yep, and that's a 7 for,
Love to see
for
it.
Hall. Yeah, that's great. Hall has had 1 complete game earlier this year, so those types of innings, especially in a shortened 7-inning game, he has a chance to do it again.
Oh, yeah.
Coming up to bat in the bottom of the second for the Jumbos will first be Elias Verinos, the third baseman, followed by Harrison Frickman, and then Will Burgess.
See if Verino can follow up his great play at third base in the field with some nice batting.
Morris with the first pitch. It's called strike one there for Varinos. Varinos is batting 448 on the year. And he seems more of a just contact hitter, really. No home runs, but a very impressive average and second on the team. His second pitch is looped down to the shortstop. The throw not in time, and Varinos will leg it out for a, I believe, an infield single. Yes, it is called a hit.
Varinos showing the wheels.
Yep,
I think it's the stash that does it for him.
Absolutely. Great start to the second inning here for the Jumbos.
And it's that kind of hustle play that bodes well for the Jumbos in terms of, you know, just getting runners on base, being able to put some pressure on the Panthers. So we'll see if this breaks out into a big inning for them.
Yep. Harrison Frickman now to the plate. His first pitch called strike one. Morris looks at his runner, then throws towards home. This one past the catcher, and that'll be...
Could he take third?
That'll allow Varinos to make it to second.
Heady play by him, though.
Yeah. I'm going to say that's a passed ball since it was off the glove of the catcher, Goolsby. It was outside, but I think that was catchable. And that'll mean a runner in scoring position with no outs here for the Jumbos. Frickman has the 1-1 count. Swings, gets past the shortstop. Varinos will be held at third.
He had to stop there because, you know, the ball went right past the shortstop where he was at second base. So leaves him at third, men at the corners now with still no one out.
Yeah, that's right. That's good base running. You know, you're not forced there. Don't want to run yourself into an out.
Exactly. Hate to make that first out on a play like that. So.
Absolutely.
Heady base running.
Up now with first and third will be Will Burgess, the second baseman. He's batting 244 on the year.
And it's nice to see the bottom of the order putting in this work. Will set them up well if they can turn the corner to Mills.
Yeah, certainly looking like that's likely. Burgess being the eighth hitter here, and there's still no outs. The first pitch was a ball, and Morris is second. Burgess thinks about swing, but holds up, but it's called strike one. Morris with the 1-1 pitch. In the dirt, and the run, stolen base to second, and Frickman with good base running there after a pitch in the dirt. He wasn't running on the pitch, but he saw his opportunity. And a decent throw by Goolsby, but Frickman was too fast. That'll make it
kind of a bang-bang plan, but yeah, he made it work.
Yeah, that'll make it second and third, and we'll eliminate the possibility of a double play here. So doubly good for the Jumbos. The pitch now. Oh, check swing. He makes contact, and Morris will make the play. Toss it over to Woodring there at first for the first out of the inning.
That's tough. I mean, you hope to at least get a ball in the outfield. I mean, to be able to advance the runners from you know, second and third. But nonetheless, you know, Jumbo still with an opportunity with only one out to try to put their first runner runs on the board.
Yep. No, that's a good play by Morris to make sure to check the runner at third before you throw to first. He has the time, and he does so. Make sure he doesn't let an unnecessary run in.
All right, we know Varinos has wheels, so it's a good play.
Yeah. Will Shackelford's first pitch. Ground ball to second. The ground out, but since it's to the right side of the infield, Varinos will be able to score. And that's really all you want from Shackelford. He doesn't have to try too hard, but that brings across the first run of the game for the Jumbos.
And I think Middlebury knew that they were willing to concede the run for an out just to avoid the possible danger that the top of the order here can inflict. So smart play by the Panthers.
Yep, now with 2 outs, back to Mills. His first pitch is fouled off to the left side. Morris with the 0-1. Swung, this one gets through to center field, and a single from Mills brings in the Jumbo's second run of the inning. That's Mills' 11th RBI on the season, and that'll make it 2-0 Tufts.
I gotta say, I've been really impressed with the Jumbo's willingness to swing early in the count. I mean, it's been working out for him, and I think it gets, you know, someone like the starting pitcher here a little more maybe on edge, just to make sure that he's you know, maybe pitching a little bit more conservatively. So.
Yep. Morris checks on Mills at first, but he gets back in safely. Yeah, there have been a lot of these first pitch fastballs down the middle, and you know, when you have the opportunity, you got to swing at them.
Exactly.
First pitch this time today now is a ball.
And we might be seeing some more of this little game of chicken that Morris plays with Mills at first base, you know, throwing the ball over, making sure to keep an eye on him.
Yep. The second pitch now. A little inside, but called a strike. That makes it 1-1. Ryan Day reached on an error in the first inning. Morris's 1-1 pitch, and Mills runs. Fouled off by Day, though, so he'll have to go back to first. Makes it a 1-2.
I like the move, the hit and run there. I mean, with only one out, it's a fairly low risk play.
Morris comes set now. 1-2 pitch. Swung on and just fouled off, so Day will stay alive. Fight for another pitch.
Almost like if the Jumbos are gonna get out, strike out, they want to do it on their own terms.
Yep.
A super swing happy team, it seems.
Yep, and you definitely prefer that. You'll take ground outs over strikeouts almost any day.
Yeah.
The pitch now. That one
Well,
he lets go.
Not the case, right? And it doesn't work out for him.
And that will be the first strikeout of the day for Morris. That one, Ryan Day looking. And that will end the inning, but not before 2 runs come across the plate. So Tufts strikes first here in this game, and it is 2-0.
2-0 scheduled to bat for Middlebury in the top of the 3rd inning. Gray Goolsby, Andrew Hennings, and Justin Hahn.
And we'll see. I mean, I think that, you know, kind of on the contrary, the Panthers of Middlebury haven't been so aggressive when it comes to swinging. I mean, you saw at least in the last thing. I mean, that Kevin Woodring saw 3 pitches just go right by him. So we'll
That's
see
right.
if they you know, try to match the Jumbo's aggressive strategy a little bit more at the plate to hopefully you know, even up this game.
Yep. So coming up here in the top of the 3rd will first be Gray Goolsby, the 9-hitter, the catcher for the Panthers team, and then it'll be back to the top of the lineup with Andrew Hennings and Justin Hahn. So Goolsby will most likely just try to get on base, see what he can make something happen, see if he can make something happen, excuse me, and bring it back to the top of the lineup.
Yeah, after that last quick inning, I mean, any sort of life that Middlebury can show would certainly be helpful to, you know, try to build some sort of momentum.
Yeah. Yep, all the momentum is right now in the Jumbo's favor. I mean, after the last inning, a very quick top of the 2nd, and then a couple runs in the bottom of the 2nd. Middlebury is trying to start their own rally and, in some sense, stop the bleeding of the momentum.
Leading off for Middlebury in the top of the 3rd inning, the catcher, number 20, Gray Goolsby.
Coming up now will be Gray Goolsby, number 20. He's a junior out of Austin, Texas.
Hook 'em horns.
His first pitch from Hall. Thinks about swinging. And the first base ump says he didn't swing, so that'll go for ball 1. Hall with the 1-0 pitch. This one way away. Bounced off the plate and gets by Frickman. That'll make it 2-0.
Fortunately, no runners on base to take advantage of that
Yep.
bad pitch. Hitters count 2-0. See what happens.
Yep, the 2-0 pitch now from Hall. Ooh, and it hits Goolsby.
Pretty square in the back.
Yeah.
Took it like a champ. Makes his way down to first base. We'll see. I mean, bringing it back to the top of the order if, you know, if the Panthers can get a rally going.
Yep. Andrew Hennings will be up now. He singled as the first batter of the game back in the first, and he'll be looking to do that again here with none out and a man on first. Hall checks on his runner. He steps off. He took a while there. He was thinking about throwing over the first perhaps, and then decided it would be best to just reset, do it again.
Takes a look.
With the pitch. Hennings thinks about swing, but checks his swing. Again, appeal to the umpire in the field. No swing, so that'll go for ball one. Hall now comes set. The pitch. Swung on to center.
Drive.
Mills goes back. Off the base of the wall in left center. And Goolsby is rounding third. He'll be coming home. The throw to the plate. Not quite in time as the double from Andrew Hennings brings in Greg Goolsby for the first run of the game for the Panthers.
Pretty impressive trip around the base. I mean, that was a pretty hard hit ball, you know, to left center. I mean, not too huge of a distance from home plate, and he was still able to, you know, clearly beat that throw in for the first run of the game for the Panthers.
Yeah, that's really good base running there, scoring it all the way from first. Could have been a slight misplay. It bounced a little funny off the base of the wall, and the relay throw wasn't in time. So still no outs here for the Panthers. Man on second, and Justin Hahn comes to the plate. His first pitch. Looks at it, and it is called a ball.
A little outside.
Hall comes set. And the pitch swung on. Ooh, right back to him. It's off his glove. Third baseman Varinos picks it up, but the bounce meant he couldn't get Hahn at first in time. So I'm guessing that'll be another infield single.
Yeah, it was a pretty hard hit ball. Not much Hall could have done about it.
Yep. The silver lining, I guess, for the Jumbos on that play is that the lead runner, Hennings, didn't get to advance, and since it stayed in the infield then on the left-hand side. So,
fortunate. So we'll see if Hall can be set here.
Coming up now is Henry Stremecki, who flew out to center his first time up. He looks to bunt, pulls it back, and it's called a ball one.
See if he can get Hall a little frazzled, you know.
Yeah. The corners are in, perhaps looking for the bunt again. Hall with the pitch. This time he's swinging, but he lets it go, and it's strike one to Hahn. Or sorry, to Stremecki. Hall with the pitch now. This one in the dirt, but nicely picked up by Fricken behind the plate. Make sure it didn't get past him. Makes it a 2-1 count.
Boy, it's a double dose of runners in scoring position, fortunately.
Yeah. And importantly, you still have the force out at second and third in case that comes into play.
Absolutely.
Hall with the 2-1 pitch now. Swung on, dribbled down to third. He'll be able to force out at third. Throws to second. Ooh, not in time. So Varinos with a nice play gets the force out for the lead runner, and he goes for the double play to second, but not quite in time.
But hey, at least you still have the same scenario as before, where you know you got a situation where the runners are forced to run on any hit ball. So
yep,
works well for the Jumbos.
Yeah, it turned out nice. That's basically a free out since we're in the same position. So 1 out now, first and second. Although you think maybe if he had thrown to first, maybe had more time. And it was a close play at second either way. But
sure. Well, the biggest priority was, you know, to step on third base, get the lead runner, and, you know, at least get him 1 out.
Yep, the first pitch here to Hayden Smith now is a swinging strike. Smith had a single back in the first, and he'll be looking to do the same. Perhaps tie up the game here for the Panthers. Hall comes set now. And the pitch swung fouled behind us into the parking lot. Misses the cars.
When you hear that light smack, you know it's just concrete, fortunately.
Yeah. Yep, the parking lot right behind us is often a dangerous area for foul balls, so might want to park far away.
Seriously. And then over at the softball field, it's an issue of the houses that line
yeah.
that line the third base side.
Hall throws back to Hahn. Hahn was baiting him a little bit. He was moving around. And the shortstop, Shackelford, comes in to take the pickoff throw. But
Gonna keep him honest.
Yep. It's the 0-2 count now for Smith. The pitch now. Thinks about swinging, and it is called a ball.
Seems like Hahn doesn't even know if he wants to run out there. He looked like he was starting to go, and then came to a halt. Seems like he's getting Stremecula confused there at first base as well.
Yeah, that's a nice pitch there. Just called maybe a bit high, but he's still ahead in the count here for Hall. 1-2, and a strikeout here would be huge, bringing to 2 outs. Ground ball also gives the opportunity for a double play to end the inning.
Yeah. Options are aplenty for Hall and the Bows.
Oh, yeah. Hall now with the pitch. This one's low for ball 2. And Smith is certainly fighting. He fell down 0-2 quickly, but is now even at 2-2.
This is where that Panther patience really is helping him out, trying to work this count a little bit more.
Hall comes set, looks back at Hahn, and steps off as Shackelford came over to cover.
Heady play by Shackelford.
You wonder if Hahn might be getting in Hall's head a little bit.
Yeah. It's the most you can do from there at second base.
Hall with the pitch, and it's outside. And that brings it to a full count. If I'm Hall, I'm just focusing on the batter right now. I mean, Hahn's moving around a lot, but if you get the strikeout here, it won't matter too much.
Yeah.
The payoff pitch here to Smith. Swung on, fouled off, and we'll do it again. So a really great at-bat here for Hayden Smith. This will be the 7th pitch, and again, fell down early, 0-2. And now he's looking at his second chance on a 3-2 pitch. Hall comes set, looks back at Hahn. Now the pitch.
They're going.
Runners, the strikeout, and throw down to third, safe.
Brings him to an interesting scenario now. Runners at second and third, 2 out. We'll see if Hall can do some damage control, or maybe these runners will be able to score.
Yeah, that was a second close call in the infield. This time, the first one was the almost double play from Vrinos. This one, Vrinos couldn't quite get the tag down on Hahn. Could have been a strike him out, throw him out, but instead it is 2 runners in scoring position now with 2 outs, and Brooks Carroll coming to the plate. Hall with his first pitch to Carroll. In there, but called a ball. Might have been outside. Frickman tried to frame it, but couldn't get the call. That makes it 1-0. Carroll is batting .385 on the season with 9 RBIs. As Hall throws the 1-0 pitch. This one fouled off. Hall comes set. The pitch. Again swing and again fouled back behind him. That'll make it a 1-2.
Off the catcher's dome, has to readjust his mask.
Yeah. It's a scary job being a catcher.
Takes a certain level of craziness, in my opinion. But
Yeah.
it's great what they do back there.
Hall just needs one more strike to get out of it. The pitch now. Swung to the second baseman. He'll throw over to first, and the third out is recorded.
Big. Limited the damage to just 1 run. And the Jumbos will come back up, hoping to try to increase their lead.
Yep, so that will be 1 run for the Panthers on 2 hits. And 2 runners are left on base, both in scoring position. So really huge play for Hall to induce the ground ball and get out of the inning.
Absolutely.
Coming up in the bottom of the 3rd inning, the Jumbos will have Casey Santos Ocampo leading off, followed by Di Maria and then Knight. Back in the 1st inning, Santos Ocampo hit a single. So he's 1 for 1 on the day, and again looking to start an inning with a leadoff runner as they did last inning.
Leading off for the Jumbos at the bottom of the 3rd inning, the left fielder, number 4, Casey Santos Ocampo.
Morris with the first pitch to Santos Ocampo, swung on and fouled back into the field behind us, or behind the plate, rather. Makes it an 0-1 count. Morris again with the pitch. This one let go for ball 1. The 1-1 now. And it'll be 2-1. Morris does like to pitch pretty fast. He keeps a pretty quick pace.
Yeah, I'd say. Already set. Santos Ocampo still doing his pre-pitch routine.
Yep. The 2-1 pitch now. Swung on, fouled off again. So it'll make it 2-2 count.
Certainly stretching out the length between each pitch.
Yep.
Umpire trying to help him out.
Santos Ocampo wants to keep the tempo at his decision. The pitch now is left for ball 3 to make it a full count. Goolsby tried to frame it, waited for the call, but couldn't get it. So it'll be a 3-2 count here in the first batter of the bottom of the 3rd. Morris with calls time now. Santos Ocampo does. Morris now with his payoff pitch to Santos Ocampo. Swung on, fouled off. It's a way to fight there.
Got to be a frustrating up bat for Morris. This going to a full count. The weak foul balls by Santos Ocampo, and certainly his desire to stretch out the the time between each pitch.
Yep. Yep. Ocampo has made contact, I guess 3 times now. Hasn't quite gotten into the field though. This time, more in the right direction, but still foul. Back into the wide 3rd base foul area. And we'll do it again. So that was the 7th pitch. So this is number 8, I think. Coming to Santos Ocampo. Not what you're looking for if you're Morris, especially for the first bat of the inning. Still no outs. This one, and a great at-bat there from Santos Ocampo. He fights off all the pitches and gets the walk. So again, the Jumbos will have the leadoff runner on. And now Peter DiMaria will be coming to the plate.
The first baseman, number 32, Peter DiMaria.
Peter DiMaria is one of the bright lights for the future of the Jumbos as he looks at a ball for his first pitch. Excuse me. He's still a freshman, and he's one of the leaders in batting average and slugging for the team.
I was fortunate enough last semester to be in the same English class as him, so got to know him. Well. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
And
this one fouled back.
Doing equally as well on the diamond here this spring season.
Yeah. One count now. Morris comes set. And he pickoff throw to Santos Ocampo. He gets back standing up. The pitch. This one's low.
Looking like he's working around him kind of like he did in the last at bat. Well, maybe a little too around him where he got hit by the pitch. So we'll see if Pete gets anything to hit in this at bat.
Morris now with the 2-1 count. Swung on and chased. The catcher Goolsby throws down to first, but Santos Ocampo gets back in time. So it'll be 2-2 now to DiMaria. Two count. Again throws back. Santos Ocampo dives this time, but he's still safe. Santos Ocampo has 4 stolen bases on the season and has yet to be caught stealing, so he's certainly a threat out there. The pitch now. Dribbler down the first base line.
And foul.
And it will go foul, which is fortunate for DiMaria because it stayed fair. He might have got tagged out as he ran down. But the second long at bat in a row to start the inning. Jumbo's hitters have done very well to keep fighting behind the plate. Morris with another 2-2. Swung on, popped very high. The second baseman, no, the right fielder will call him off. That's Sam Graff out there in right field. And that's the importance of communication out there on the baseball field. It's an easier play for the right fielder coming in, and he will make the first out of the inning.
Unfortunately, the shade set in, which made that pop-up and the communication that ensued a little bit easier to manage.
Yeah. Yep, the clouds are occasionally giving us a bit of a reprieve from the hot sun, but it's still a nice day, whether the sun's out or not. Another pickoff throw. Santos Ocampo gets back. JP Knight now at the plate. In the first inning, he grounded out into a double play to end the inning, so hopefully he won't do it again. He's looking to make up for it. As the first pitch comes by for a ball. Morris comes set, and the pitch is one he looks at, and it is ball 2. Morris now with the 2-0 pitch to Knight. Swung on off the end of the bat a little bit. Bloop. This time the second baseman, Hennings, will make the play. And that'll be the second out of the inning.
So after what seemed like a promising start to the inning with Santos Ocampo's hard-earned walk, it seems like the Jumbos have been stymied a bit.
Yep.
The third baseman, number 12,
Yep,
Elias
they've made
Rios.
contact, but haven't got solid enough. They've really just been popped up high. As another pickoff throw from Morris. Santos Ocampo still safe, but you know, he has to keep an eye on him. Up now is Elias Varinos. His first pitch is high for ball one. Varinos led off the second with a single, which started the rally that scored the Jumbo's first runs. Perhaps trying to spark another rally, this time a two-out rally here in the bottom of the third. And Santos Ocampo runs.
He ran early, wow.
Wow, very
Surprised.
impressive.
Surprised the pitcher didn't get a call over while he was making his way towards second base.
Yeah.
Seemingly unwashed.
Yeah, and after all those pickoff attempts, Santos Ocampo does manage to steal. That's his fifth on the season. And now that'll be a runner in scoring position. With two outs, he'll look to score on a single. Varinos with the 2-0 pitch, swings, fouled back for strike one. Varinos has 15 RBIs on the season and 26 hits. He's looking at the 2-1 pitch. This one he lets go by, and it's called strike two.
Seemed a little low to me, but a nice frame job.
Makes it a 2-2, so Morris has fought back from a 2-0 count. Pitch. This one's outside and brings it full. Santos Ocampo is trying to get into Morris's head a little bit, dancing around over on second. Payoff pitch, 3-2. 2 outs. See if Santos Ocampo will run, and it is ball four. And another good at bat makes it first and second now for Harrison Frickman.
And considering the three runners the Jumbos left on base in the first inning that they weren't able to cash in on, having such a slim lead right now, hopefully they can learn their lesson, change their fortunes, and open this lead up.
Frickman just last inning had a single, and first and second, his first pitch called strike one. Morris with the 0-1 pitch now. This one's a little outside. That'll be ball one. Coach reminding Santos Ocampo that he's really looking to score on a single. So important to get a good secondary lead on any contact ball he'll be running. Swing down the third base line, just foul there from Frickman. Morris comes set. 1-2 pitch. This one's high. Makes it 2-2.
You wonder if that was maybe a bit of a pitch out to keep Santos Ocampo close to second there.
Yeah, he's definitely been keeping an eye on him. Even with the 2 outs, Santos Ocampo is still something to worry about. He's dancing in second. Now the pitch. This one looked at.
Wow.
Ooh. Panthers really wanted that one. It looked pretty good, but it's called ball 3.
Maybe just a hair outside.
Yeah.
Brings us to a full count.
3-2, 2 outs. First and second for the Jumbos. The runners will be going on the pitch. And Frickman looking to drive in some runs, add to the Jumbos' lead. Morris with a long look down to the catcher, and he calls time. Morris again looks down to Goolsby. Still thinking about it. Now he comes set. Payoff pitch. Swung on to center field. Back goes Stremecki. And he makes the play just a couple feet from the wall to end the inning. A great at-bat there from Frickman, but he couldn't quite get it far enough, as Stremecki will make the final out of the inning and stop the bleeding, preventing any runs from scoring there for the Jumbos.
Middlebury errors and 2 runners left on base. Here's your complete line score at the end of 3 innings of play here in Game 1 of our scheduled doubleheader this afternoon. This first game scheduled for 7 innings. For the Tufts University Jumbos, 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors, and 5 runners left on base. For the Middlebury College Panthers, 1 run, 4 hit, 1 errors, and 4 runners left on base. Scheduled to bat for Middlebury in the top of the 4th inning.
Looks like we're moving along in the softball game, and it appears to be a 6-2 score favoring the Jumbos in the maybe the 6th inning.
Yeah, it looks like it. That game, I think they only play 7 innings, so that game should be ending just about, well, soon. And they will also be playing a doubleheader. I believe that's covered by our friends at the PAC Network. You can check that out. But, you know, we certainly recommend you staying with us. We've got a good game here. We're moving into the top of the 4th, a 1-run game here in the first of 2 games against Middlebury at Huskins Field.
And be sure to stay tuned for the second half of this doubleheader.
Yep, a good weekend for baseball. We've got 2 games here today, and then 1 tomorrow as well. I believe that's Keene State.
That's correct. The boys from New Hampshire coming down.
Coming up to bat first for the Panthers here in the top of the 4th inning will be Jake Diano, the DH. He flew out to center back in the 2nd inning on the first pitch. So this 6, 7, 8 of the lineup for the Panthers is the same 3 that had a very quick inning back in the 2nd. So Hall will certainly be looking to do the same, but the Panthers will look to change their fate a bit. The first pitch now from Hall. This one goes in for strike 1. Pitch now. Swung on, and it's a drive to left field, and that'll be a base knock. The first batter of the inning will get on base. That's Jake Diano here for the Panthers.
Nice on Diano to take that ball opposite field and still be able to put some gas behind it.
Up now is Kevin Woodring, the first baseman. His first pitch, nope, it'll be a pickoff attempt to Diano. He gets back safely. Woodring is batting .320 on the year and had a strikeout back in the 2nd. His first pitch now from Hall. In the dirt for ball 1. Good block there from Frickman though. Make sure Diano doesn't advance. Hall comes set. And the pitch. This one's in there for strike 1.
Right down the middle, but Woodring doesn't bat a 9.
That might be the best pitch you'll see this at bat. We'll see if he can make something happen with what R.J. Hall gives him. The 1-1 pitch now. This one's in the dirt, 2-1. Hall checks his runner and throws over now. Diving back is Diano, but he gets back safely. The wind's picking back up. The 2-1 pitch thinks about swinging, and it's called ball 3. So a good pitch to lay off there from Woodring brings it to a hitter's count at 3-1. 3-1 pitch. Swung, fouled over our heads. I didn't hear a crack, so hopefully that means no cards were injured in the making of this broadcast. But that brings it full now, 3-2. Payoff pitch to Woodring. Swings to right field. Back goes Knight, and he makes the catch on his knees.
Pretty much hit right at him though, so
Yep.
no problem over there.
So a good at-bat there from Woodring, but R.J. Hall manages to induce a fly ball to make the first out of the inning. Up now will be Sam Graff, the right fielder. Sam Graff is a senior out of Loma, Colorado. And he's batting .386 on the season. He'll have his first pitch from Hall. He looks to bunt. He fouls it off. It's a bit of a check bunt almost. He thought about bringing it back, but still made contact, and that makes it 0-1. One pitch now. Nope. He throws back to Diano. Diano, the sophomore, has 3 stolen bases on the season and has been caught stealing once. And R.J. Hall would like to keep it at 3. 0-1 pitch now. Swung on, and it's off his foot, I think. It went foul anyway. But that makes it 0-2. Hall looks into Frickman, checks back in his runner, comes set. And the 0-2 pitch, outside for 1-2. When you're ahead 0-2, you're probably looking to get the batter to chase. Couldn't get it on that time though, but he's still ahead in the count. You're with 1 out, 1 man on first. Swung on this time to left field. Santos Ocampo goes back, but he has room, and he makes the catch easily for the second out of the inning.
Pretty light inning for the infield so far. Just some simple pop-ups, and we are now here with 2 out.
Yep. After the leadoff single from Diano, there have been two pop flies, and so R.J. Hall will look to get out of this inning here with Greg Goolsby, the catcher, coming up to the plate. The first pitch. Fastball. Frickman tried to get the call, but it couldn't quite. A bit low. That'll go for ball 1. Pitch now, swung. This one again a pop fly. Back to Knight in right field, and he makes the play. And 3 pop flies will make the 3 outs for the Panthers this inning. And no runs on just the 1 hit from Diano. We'll move to the bottom of the 4th score. Still 2-1 in Tufts' favor. Since we're just in a 7-inning game, through 3.5, that means we're halfway through the game. Still a very close game, though. Anything can happen. It's just a 2-1 score.
Actually, through 4.5 now.
Yep, and coming up for Tufts, and here will be Will Burgess leading off, the second baseman, followed by Will Shackelford, and then back to the top of the lineup with Justin Mills.
Looks like the softball game, the first game at least of this doubleheader, has ended. I imagine with Tufts winning. They removed the box score from the scoreboard, but
Yep.
it looked like they were well ahead. So good to see a victory by them. We'll see if baseball team can do the same.
Yep, up now will be Burgess, who grounded out in his first at-bat. His first pitch now from Morris, swung on, line drive to center, but right at Stromecki in center. He continues running the bases anyway. He makes it to second, just, you know, stretch out the legs, I guess.
Why not? Soak in the sunshine now.
Up now will be Will Shackelford, the senior. I believe, yes, he is also one of the captains of the team. He bunts it. Morris with the play, and he fields his position well. That one went right back in front of the pitcher's mound, so it wasn't too bad for Morris. And a good idea there from Shackelford, but couldn't quite make it happen. So a quick 2 outs. I think 2 pitches, 2 outs.
Mm-hmm. Good for Morris to get himself back under control after some longer innings for him. But
yep.
Yeah, we'll see if he can run out the side here.
Yep, the first pitch is a strike to Justin Mills. And the second one is fouled off left field side. Quick 0-2, 0-1, 0-1.
I think it's 0-2.
Yeah, that's what I thought, but the scoreboard
slow
is,
on the scoreboard.
Yeah. Mills will take a second now, steps out of the plate. Morris now with the pitch. Swung on and strike 3, so a very quick inning, just 5 pitches there for Colby Morris. 3 up, 3 down, so we're through 4 innings, and it is still 2-1. Both starters still in the game, and as far as I know, they will continue to be as R.J. Hall comes back for the top of the 5th.
Seems to be a common theme from what I've heard, at least, about baseball at this level, is the starters tend to go the distance if they can. Not too much use of the bullpen, which is good. I mean, may as well keep them out there if they're if they're pitching well.
Yep. Yeah, especially when you don't have as deep of teams as you might see at the Division I level or in the pro level. So you got really your best guys, and you want to keep them in as long as possible. This is especially true for the beginning of the doubleheader. Both teams will have their star pitchers pitching. For Hall, he is 3-0 with just a .78 ERA. Very impressive. Just I think 1 earned run on the season so far. And for Colby Morris, he is also 3-0 with 28 innings pitched for Middlebury and a 2.57 ERA. So.
And certainly the game script is fit the bill. Just a 2-1 game.
Yep.
With the Jumbos leading.
Yeah, amazingly for Hall, the 1 run he's given up will already have increased his ERA, because when your ERA is below 1, anything you give up is going to increase it.
Go figure. He's even surpassed DeGrom level of domination.
Right. Coming up now for Middlebury. In the top of the 5th, we'll be back at the top of the order. That means we'll start with the second baseman, Andrew Hennings. Hennings is 2 for 2 on the day, with a single back in the first and a double in the second. I think that means he's going to hit a triple, right?
Yeah. Get him closer to the cycle.
Yeah. Hall with the first pitch. Goes in there for ball 1. Pitch now. This one's called strike 1. Brings it 1-1. Hennings is a junior out of Oak Park, Illinois, and actually a lot of these Middlebury starters are juniors, and there aren't many seniors. I think just one senior has played more than 7 games this season, so they'll be looking to have a really good core both this season and into next.
Yeah, it's good to see.
As Hennings looks at ball 2. 2-1 pitch now from Hall. This one hit down the third base line, but just foul. Makes it 2-2.
Wind picking up here again.
Yeah, we apologize for any bad sound quality that that it causes, but
sort of hard to work out of it when you're working with the elements. Ah! Foul ball just over us.
Yep, so Hennings is fighting 2-2 count. Fouls that one off. He'll get another try. All with the windup and the pitch. Swung on right past him, and a strikeout swinging for Hennings. That's the 3rd strikeout of the day for R.J. Hall.
The left fielder, number 6, Justin Hahn.
As Justin Hahn, the left fielder, comes to the plate. The first pitch lands about 2 feet in front of the plate, so that'll go for ball 1. It's an easy take there for Hahn. Makes it 1-0. The 1-0 pitch swung off to right field. Knight backs up just a bit, and he makes the play for the second out of the inning.
Maybe they've been a bit fortunate out there in the outfield. It seems like, based on their position, they haven't really had to move much for these fly balls coming out to them.
Yeah, a little bit unlucky perhaps for the Panthers that you try to hit it where they ain't, but it's mostly hit it where they are so far.
Right. Some of these are hard hit balls too. I mean, if they found the gap, they would certainly mean extra bases.
First pitch now to Henry Stremecki is outside for ball 1. Could also attribute some of that perhaps to the scouting. The coaches here for the Jumbos will give hand signals or send the outfielders to the left or back if they think it's a strong hitter.
Yeah.
And there's another one to right field. Knight has
running
to go further
involved.
back, and he falls and he makes the catch.
The cap coming off and everything. Great end to the inning for a quick inning really for the Jumbos.
Yeah, highlight play there from Knight, and Hall will definitely be buying him dinner or something like that. He's made a few good plays out there in right.
Absolutely.
And a 1-2-3 inning, so we're moving quickly into the bottom of the 5th. It's still a 2-1 game, and Morris is back out on the mound for the Panthers. In the bottom of the 5th inning, the Jumbos will have Ryan Day leading off, followed by Santos Ocampo and then Di Maria. Even though they started off pretty well, they had, I believe, 4 hits over the course of the first two innings, They have yet to get a hit since then. So they'll be looking to get a bit of that momentum back, start a rally of some kind.
Certainly a quick inning last inning. I mean,
Yeah.
only haven't thrown 5 pitches more, so we'll see if the Bows can pick it back up.
Yep, Ryan Day will step up to the plate. He is batting .364 on the season with 8 RBIs. His first pitch from Morris. He looks at it, but it falls in for strike 1. 0-1 pitch now. Swung on to left center. Ahan goes back, and with the wind, he tracks it and makes the play just a couple steps from the warning track.
That ball had him swerving, but he was able to locate it fine enough and make the grab.
So more fly balls. The outfielders on both teams have been pretty busy, but there haven't really been too many that have fallen. I think there was a double for the Panthers earlier in the day, but other than that, no extra base hits.
Left fielder number 4, Casey Santos Ocampo.
Santos Ocampo comes to the plate. He's 1 for 1 on the day with a single and a walk. Swings to the first pitch and it's fouled back. Again, you see the aggressiveness from the Jumbo's hitters. They're swinging at anything they can see. Swings again fouled back.
Just like the last bat, it seems like Santos Ocampo just keeps fouling these balls backward.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't want anything to get by him that's in the strike zone. So 0-2 count now. Ooh, checks his swing. Probably would have been high, but at least he's fighting it off.
It's the instinct that keeps making him swing, I guess.
Yeah. Another 0-2 pitch here from Morris. 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. Swing and a miss from Santos Ocampo. And that'll be, I believe, the 3rd strikeout of the day for Colby Morris. And the 1st of the day for Santos Ocampo.
And quickly we get 2 down. But as I said at the top, I was, I was curious to see if the Jumbos would be able to fare well in a close, pitcher's duel type game. And it seems like they have been, but they're leaving opportunities hanging to maybe work at bats a little bit longer and try to get something.
Yep, Di Maria up to the plate now. He looks at strike 1 for his first pitch. Yeah, and Morris has really settled in. The first couple innings were a little bit shaky. He had to get out of a jam in the first and give a couple runs in the second, but he's been throwing all strikes now as that's fouled off by Di Maria, bringing to another 0-2 count.
It is certainly looking up for Morris, but his offense hasn't really been able to contribute at the level you'd hope it would, to help him out.
The 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, and a great inning there from Morris. 2 strikeouts, quick 1-2-3 inning, and the Panthers will move to the top of the 6th. Certainly try to ride that momentum, see if they can get a couple more runs on the board.
For the Tufts University Jumbos, 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors, 5 runners left on base. For the Middlebury College Panthers, 1 run, 5 hits, 1 error.
And the woes of a bit from the Jumbo's hitters have continued now 3 innings straight with no hits, and the past 2 especially have been very quick.
And shocking for a team that has, at least this season, been a strong hitting team. I mean, putting up a lot of runs typically against its opponents.
Absolutely.
And to give a little out-of-town scoreboard on the MLB side of things, just to run through some games that started during the 1 o'clock slot. We have the Detroit Tigers up on the Kansas City Royals 1-0. My Mets and the Nationals scoreless at 0. And the Pirates up on the Reds.
How are the Mets doing this season?
Doing pretty well. They've gotten off to a 5-2 start.
Nice.
DeGrom, as I sort of alluded to,
Yeah.
keeping up his normal domination. As it is with them every year, it'll just be a matter of seeing if their rotation could stay healthy, there were rumors swirling that they might look into signing Dallas Keuchel, so getting some rotational depth would certainly be helpful. But yeah, see how the new additions of Cano, Edwin Diaz as their closer, among others, will maybe help them help the team out in a certainly tough division to try to get back to the playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah, and the home team, if you're from around Medford or Somerville, the Red Sox have gotten off to a pretty weak start. I believe they're only 2-5 or something.
Yeah.
Maybe some post-World Series hangover, but it's of course still early in the season. 162 games. Here in the NESCAC, we only have about 12 in-conference games, so you got to make the most of each one.
No doubt.
First pitch now to Hayden Smith is strike one. Pitch from Hall. Swung on, popped up to left. Santos Ocampo ranges and tracks it for the first out. Another pop fly. Hall is certainly keeping his outfielders on their toes. As Brooks Carroll comes to the plate, the shortstop. He is 0 for 2 so far with 2 ground outs. Hall with the first pitch. Swing and a miss. That'll go for strike one. The 0-1 pitch. Looks at that one, off speed, couldn't quite get it though. Makes it 1-1. Carroll is batting .385 on the year, but he also leads the team in strikeouts. So he's a bit of a on and off. As the 1-1 from Hall. He looks at that one, and that'll make it 1-2. Just blew it right past him. Hall in the windup now in the pitch. Ooh, that one's in the dirt. Smith thought about swing, but very smartly checks it, and that'll make it 2-2.
He's working him low, and it's interesting against a guy who frankly seems to strike out a lot, right? Like you said, Daniel. He wouldn't try to bait him with something up near his chest.
Yeah. Pitch now, swung on.
Fouled, though.
Fouled. Yep, so Smith. Or sorry, Carroll fights that one off. Hall with the 2-2 pitch. And Frickman holds it, but he doesn't get the call. That makes it 3-2.
Nearly just a little outside.
Jumbo's dugout certainly wanted that one. But now it's a full count here for Carroll. Looking to start a 1-out rally. The pitch. And it's outside for ball 4.
Tough.
2 close pitches for balls 3 and 4. But a good at-bat from Brooks Carroll. He picks up his 14th walk on the season. Wow, that's interesting. He leads the team in walks and in strikeouts.
Oh.
So I guess he doesn't swing at many pitches, you know.
Yeah.
But coming up to bat now is Jake Diano, the DH, who is 1 for 2 on the day with a single back in the 4th. His first pitch, he swings, popped just over the head of the second baseman Burgess, and that'll go for a single.
Looked like Burgess could have retreated there a little bit, but maybe got it caught up in the sun.
Yep. Yep, and coach is a little unhappy. He thinks Burgess was trying to make 2 plays at once. He was busy trying to get the out and take off Carroll at first, but went just over his glove, outstretched glove, for a single. Now it's first and second with 1 out as Kevin Woodring comes up to the plate. Hall comes set. Looks for a long time, and the runner goes to third. No throw from Frickman. And after Hall stared a long time back at Carroll at second, didn't even step off, and Carroll picks up a stolen base. Now with a tying run just 90 feet away. Jumbos, I believe, will have the corners in to perhaps get it out at the plates. But middle infield will be a double play depth. Double play also gets them out of the inning. The 1-0 pitch now from Hall. That one's in there for a strike.
I think you could see some more of this just waiting out the at-bat with what Woodridge is doing, as he's sort of been showing throughout this whole game.
Yeah. Yep, he had a long at-bat. Last time he was up back in the fourth, went to a full count. Yep, and he's probably just trying to tire out Hall. I mean, with one out and runners on first and third, it's already a bit on edge. He's got a bit of a jam, so he's waiting for Hall to make mistakes. As the pitch comes in, it's a little high for ball two.
Or anytime you could take a superb pitcher like Hall out of the game, you know, it bodes well for a team like Middlebury.
Absolutely. Hall comes set now. 2-1 pitch. That one's down the middle, maybe perhaps outside, goes for ball three. And now it's a hitter's count for Woodring. Again with runners on first and third and just one out. Really all he's looking for is a pop fly if he makes contact, because sac fly will tie the game. 3-1 pitch now. Swung on to just foul past the glove of Varinos at third. Jumbos were a bit lucky on that one that it stayed foul, because I feel like it would have bounced over his glove. Pretty high bounce,
yep.
But goes for strike two. Full count now for Woodring. Hall checks his runners, comes set now, and steps off. Wants to take a second. It's a big pitch here, payoff pitch, and you know, a ball leaves the bases loaded. And he's certainly still with only one out. Now the pitch, and the swing, and a miss from Woodring. And the fourth strikeout of the day from Hall, and a huge one it is, to make the second out of the inning.
Diano does advance on the strikeout. He started running as the pitch was making its way to the plate, so we now have runners on second and third with two out.
Yep, that's heads-up base running. Frickman probably wouldn't throw down on the stolen base, since you risk letting the run in if something bad happens. So now it'll be second and third for Sam Graff, the right fielder. Graff is 0 for 2 on the day with a ground out, a fly out. His first pitch from Hall. Outside for ball one. Frickman had to reach for that one, but made sure not to let it get past him, or else that would have been a run. Graff has 8 RBIs on the season, and there are 2 more waiting for him if he can get a base knock. Hall comes set. And the pitch, that one, Graff thinks about swinging, but he holds off, and smartly for ball two. So Hall's had a bit of a trouble here in this inning with a hit, a walk, and he's been getting behind in a few of these counts. So he'll have to fight back, though. He wants to get out of the inning. Just one more out will do it. This pitch is right down the middle, a swing and a miss. Big swing there from Sam Graff, but just too fast, the fireball from Andre Hall.
The best pitch he's going to see. We'll see what Graff makes of the rest of the at bat.
2-1 count now. Hall comes set. The pitch. Swung on to, and it'll get past the second baseman. 1 run will score. The second one is in, and no throw. And just like that, the Panthers have taken a 3-2 lead here in the top of the 6th. Huge at-bat and huge hit from Sam Graff as the single knocks in 2 runs for the Panthers.
That's tough. Ball gets through the infield, and there are 2 runs, and now the lead is for the Panthers.
Yep. And now just want to stop the bleeding. Still a man on first, and Greg Goolsby up to the plate. Ball checks on his runner, dives back, and he's safe. But yep, Hall's trying to calm down now. Just needs 1 more out. The first pitch to Goolsby is a called strike. Hall comes set now. The 0-1. That one's in the dirt for ball 1, but another good stop there from Frickman prevents Graf from advancing. RJ with the pitch. Swing and a miss. That'll be strike 2 to Goolsby. When he dials up the speed, it's usually worked well for him, as there have been a few of those big swings and big misses on the fastballs from Hall. Now it's a 1-2.
Looks like Graf advances there.
So I think that was actually a balk of some kind, because the umpire is signaling it's 1-2, and I think he pointed to Graf to go down to second.
Right.
So yeah, so man on second now. 1-2 count. Hall with the pitch. Swing to center field. Running in is Mills, and he makes the catch on the run. And that will end the inning.
A great underhand grab to stop the bleeding.
Yep.
See if the Bows can respond in the bottom half of the 6th.
Yep, that's good defense there, but it didn't come before 2 runs came across for the Panthers. Now the Jumbos coming up in the bottom of the 6th. They're still facing Colby Mills, and in the past, go through the order, the past 9 batters, I think there's just been a 1 walk. So they really need to get something better than that if they're going to come back to this game, now down by 1. And in this shortened first game of a doubleheader, they only have 2 more chances to do so. Leading off for Tufts in this bottom of the 6th will be JP Knight, the right fielder. Knight is 0 for 2 on the day, including a double play and a flyout. Knight, though, is batting .392 on the year with 13 runs and 11 RBIs. Morris is back for his 6th inning of work.
Finally got rewarded while he was sitting there in the dugout with a 2 spot by his Panthers in the top half of the inning.
Yep.
Let's see if he, on his side, can keep up his recently stellar pitching.
Yep. He finally got the run support and now just has 6 outs to record if he wants to get the complete game. And his first pitch tonight is a called strike. Pitch swung on to right field. Graf goes back, and it's gone! And on the first batter of the bottom of the 6th, JP Knight with a home run to tie the game at 3.
Some opposite field pop. Tucks right in there by the 309 sign, taking advantage of the short porch in right field.
JP Knight with his first home run of the season, and it could not come at a better time. It's a tie game here at Huskins Field in the bottom of the 6th. Still no outs for the Jumbos. And Elias Varinos will hope to ride that momentum into perhaps some more hits and some more runs. Pitch to Varinos is in there for strike one.
And that might be the kind of momentum swing the Jumbos just needed to reclaim the lead.
Absolutely. This one is grounded to shortstop from Varinos. Quick throw there from Carroll, and he gets the out, the first out of the inning. Harrison Frickman now comes to the plate. He's 1 for 2 on the day with a single and a flyout.
The catcher, number 10, Harrison Frickman.
First pitch from Morris is in the dirt for ball 1. One 0 pitch now. Swung on. He was way out in front of that one. Makes it a 1-1.
Tough. I mean, Morris has been coming with a lot of fastball, so tricked him with the offbeat.
Morris with a pitch. Lets that one go by. It was high for ball 2. Two 1 pitch. Lets that one go. It was low and makes it 3-1 and a hitter's count here for Harrison Frickman. 3-1 outside, and that'll be ball 4. A walk for Harrison Frickman. Makes it man on first with 1 out for Will Burgess.
The second baseman, number 5, Will Burgess.
Morris comes set. First pitch to Burgess is low for ball 1. And that home run earlier just certainly brought the Tufts dugout back into this game.
Definitely a livelier bunch right now.
The 1-0 pitch falls in there for strike 1 to Burgess. Throw back over to Frickman at first. He slides back in safely. One pitch. Ooh, Goolsby held it for quite a while looking for the strike call, but he couldn't get it. Makes it 2-1. Morris comes set. His 2-1 pitch. Swung on and dive from Smith. Gets out at second. Not in time at first. So a good diving play there from Smith over at third. He gets the lead runner, but fielder's choice there for Burgess.
The shortstop, number 1, Will Shackelford.
And you got to remember to leg those out so Burgess keeps the inning alive. Still man on first for Will Shackelford, the 9-hitter. Shortstop, he's 0 for 2 on the day with 2 groundouts. Morris with the first pitch. Swung on, foul tip, but right into the glove. That'll be strike 1. Morris throws back over to Burgess now at first. Dives back in safely. Morris with another pickoff throw. Still safe.
No dice.
Burgess actually has no stolen base on the season, but they're certainly worried about him as that one goes for strike 2.
Being in the last couple innings, you can understand you want to just leave a runner to get into scoring position and try to claim this lead.
Yep. 0-2 pitch now from Morris. That one is called a ball. Makes it 1-2 to Shackelford. The pitch. Thinks about swinging, but he holds off smartly as that one was low and makes it 2-2. Morris looks into Goolsby. Now comes set. The 2-2 pitch. This one dribbled down to the third baseman, and it goes under the glove of Smith. As you think that'll go for another error, as now it's first and second. Yep, that'll be an error E5. As that makes it first and second. Still 2 outs, as Justin Mills, the leadoff batter, comes back to the plate.
And we'll see if that error comes back to bite him as the Jumbos now get back to the top of their lineup to try to make some more noise.
Yep. Mills 1 for 3 on the day with a single earlier, and I believe an RBI earlier, and another chance now. First pitch. Let's go by. Strike one.
Mills might have been expecting fastball there, and was maybe a little confused to see some off speed coming.
Yep. Mills with 10 RBIs on the season plus the one earlier. This one he hits off to the left field side, but foul. Makes it a quick 0-2. Morris comes set. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on and past first base.
Look at that.
Graff with the throw home. It will be in time as Goolsby holds on to it and they get the out at home. They sent Burgess on the single, but he didn't quite make it in time as a nice relay from Graff in right gets the last out. That's tough if you're the Jumbos. That would have been the go-ahead run as we move into the last inning. But you can't be too unhappy with the inning since they did score the home run. It's a tie game.
That play right there could be an extras. We'll see.
Yep. R.J. Hall back for his 7th inning of work. He was perhaps hoping this would be a chance to close it out, but instead he really just needs to fight to keep it a tie game and give his offense a chance to score in the bottom of the 7th. So we will move to the top of the 7th, and it will be back to the top of the order for Middlebury with Andrew Hennings leading off. Hennings is 2 for 3 on the day.
Leading off for Middlebury in the top of the 7th inning, the second baseman, number 5, Andrew Hennings.
All with the first pitch to Hennings. Off speed, thinks about swing, but holds up, and it's ball 1. Wind up in the pitch. This one's high for ball 2.
Already getting behind here to start this inning.
Yeah, unfortunately, in that sense, picking up from where he was last inning.
Oh.
This one is in there for a strike, though, and that's a big pitch. Two-one pitch from Hall. This one's low for 3-1. The pitch now, and that is high for ball 4. And a leadoff walk here for Andrew Hennings.
Almost like he was pitching around him.
Yeah, you start to wonder a bit with both of these teams scoring in the last inning, which pitcher can keep it together the longest, or if either team will have to go to their bullpen.
Right, it's sort of trending in that direction.
Yep, especially if we move towards extras. Free baseball. Not yet, though. Still a 7th. Not sure.
Don't get too excited, viewers.
The corners run in, perhaps looking for a bunt. And it goes for ball 1. Justin Hahn at the plate. He didn't square around, but Tufts was certainly prepared if he did. Hall comes set now. The pitch to Hahn. That one's in there for a strike. And Frickman, I believe on the orders of his coach, goes out to talk to Hall. Maybe trying to talking about the runner, maybe. Back at first, Hennings. See, Hennings does have 5 stolen bases on the year. Hall looks back at his runner now, comes set. And the corners come in again. This one's popped up.
Looks like it will be playable by Di Maria. Tracking.
Oh, and off his glove.
Tough. Maybe lost in the sun.
Yeah, that is a very tough play with the sun and the spin on the ball. It's really hard to track and couldn't quite hold on. On the bright side, that is the 2nd strike to Hahn, but you really would like to have that one back.
Out so valuable on both sides of the stage of the game.
Absolutely. Two strikes now for Hennings. Hall with the pitch. This one's fouled again, this time way out of play into the parking lot. Yeah, and the coaches here for the Jumbos, maybe a little bit unsure about Hall. They're getting people ready. I can't quite tell who's warming up in the bullpen, but now the coach, I believe that's maybe the trainer as well, going out to visit Hall on the mound.
Looking like he might have something wrong with his back. Could be. Certainly don't want to push it at the stage of the game where he's already been pitching. He's gone through 6, and certainly they need you know, someone capable on the mound to try to, you know, keep the Jumbos in this game.
Mm-hmm. The umpires as well coming to the mound to discuss. They're all looking at something, but not sure what. Let's see, it looks like number 27, Aiden Tucker, is warming up. It's a freshman from Oradell, New Jersey. In the pen, and
State.
Yeah, and Hall will be coming off, but I don't think it's Tucker coming in. Yeah, our scouting report says that Tucker has a very good fastball. And he's still warming up. Coach John Casey pointed for a second. I think he'll be coming in, maybe just taking a couple extra throws in the pen. I'm not sure. Now all the coaches and Hall are going out to the bullpen to discuss.
Surprised the Jumbo coaching staff was a little more prepared to see who goes in.
Yep. Tucker's still throwing out there in the bullpen, and I believe number 11 Jamie Weiss, or perhaps Weiss, and if it's German, is also going to start warming up. Still no one's out on the mound.
Looks like the umpires are encouraging them to get a move on.
Yep, I think Middlebury coaches are also a bit confused on what's going on. The infield and outfield have gotten balls to keep warm in the meantime.
Some arguments between the
Yeah.
the Middlebury coaching staff and the umpires trying to compel Tufts to bring a pitcher out.
Yeah, Middlebury, he's been yelling at the umpire saying, you got to get him in. Keep this game going. But the Tufts coaches are certainly persistent, trying to get some more warm-up time for their guy.
Presumably he gets some pitches on the mound before
Yeah, that's right.
he begins with this at bat. Interesting tactic.
Now both umpires are out in the bullpen discussing with Coach Casey. I wonder what they're discussing about. Are there any rules on like delay of game?
Seriously.
5 yards perhaps?
Typically not a sport that sees much in the way of penalties.
Yeah.
But maybe there could be some action taken here to get this game moving again. And it looks like the second game of the doubleheader in softball has started with Bowdoin jumping out to a quick 3-0 lead. Now on the top of the second.
And finally, here comes Tucker out to the mound. The umpires are still discussing with the Tufts coach a bit. I'm not quite sure.
Hey, Tuck, what you say, baby?
Your attention, please, now pitching for the Tufts University Jumbos, number 27.
So RJ Hall will come out with 6+ innings of work. He gave up 3 runs, 3 earned, along with 7 hits, and he's still responsible for Hennings, who was walked just a bit ago. I believe also Tucker will inherit Han's count, which I believe is 1 and 2, although it says 0-2 on the scoreboard. So yeah, Tucker will be warming up now. As the Game of Thrones theme is played on the loudspeakers, you know. I mean, hey, you know, last inning, tie game, drama, something.
Oh yeah.
Home plate umpire is now discussing with the Middlebury coach, perhaps explaining what was going on. All the discussions.
Trying to reconcile me.
Meanwhile, Tucker's still on the mound, still warming up. All right, and we'll be back underway. Aiden Tucker has had 7 appearances so far this year, 19 innings pitched, 6.63 ERA, but he has had 7.5 strikeouts per 9. So he's their main reliever, and he will inherit the count for Justin Hahn. His first pitch will actually not be a pitch. We'll be back checking the runner, Hennings, at first. The pitch now. Swung on to the second baseman. Looks at turn 2. He gets the first, but that was Burgess over there. He double clutched a bit, so he's a little slow. He does manage to get the lead runner, Hennings.
And if he had been more on it, maybe they could have turned 2, but still a good position for the Jumbos with just a run on first base, and now 1 gone.
And now it will be Henry Stremecki coming to the plate. Tucker's pitch is low for ball 1. Another check on the runner. Ooh, very close, but called safe. The dugout was excited for that one, but Hahn gets back just in time.
That would have been quite demoralizing for Middlebury if they had a guy get picked off in their late inning rally zapped.
Pitch now again is low, makes it 2-0. Tucker looks into Frickman. Comes set. And another throw over. Hahn had a little bit more extra time. Gets in safely again. The pitch now. That one goes in there for a strike. And that's what Tucker needs to get back in this count. Makes it 2-1 to Stremecki. Tucker now with the 2-1. The runner goes. It's low and no throw from Frickman, and that'll be a stolen base for Justin Hahn.
Huge. It's a running scoring position still with just 1 out.
Yep, and a hitter's count for Stromecki. Stromecki has 15 RBIs on the season. He's the team leader, and a single here would most likely get him another one, and a huge one at that. Tucker comes set, 3-1. Looks back at Hahn. Hahn's baiting him a little bit. Now the pitch to home. That one's low for ball 4. Hahn's trying to get in Tucker's head a little bit, and it may have worked at least on that pitch.
We'll see how Tucker recovers.
Yeah.
This next at bat.
The third baseman, number 11.
Yeah, coming up to bat now will be Hayden Smith, 1 for 3 on the day with a single back in the first, and then a strikeout on a flyout subsequently. First and second, 1 out. First pitch to Smith. Swing fouled off the catcher. That'll be strike 1. I kind of think Tucker won that battle with Hahn that time. He was still checking on, and Hahn was still dancing around, but a couple of the bench players managed to call out back, expecting Tucker to throw the pick off, but instead he got the strike at home plate.
And we'll keep an eye on that because Hahn's lead will very much mean whether Middlebury maybe gets run or not on some ball in play.
Yep. Tucker looking back again. Again towards home. Big secondary lead and another strike. Makes it an 0-2 count here for Tucker. Tucker comes set. 0-2 pitch to Smith. Swing and a miss, and he gets a strikeout for the second out of the inning. It's a big strikeout there. Now with 2 outs, still first and second though as Brooks Carroll comes to the plate.
Steps off for a sec.
And he's talking to his shortstop Shackelford, maybe discussing what to do with the runner. But when you're 1 out away, as my coach always said, just focus on the batter this time. He doesn't right now though. He steps off, still worried about Hahn, and understandably so. Hahn's got some good speed, and just especially in the late innings in a tie game, every step counts. First pitch now to Carroll. In there for a strike.
Some juicy off speed that does not get any swing by the batter, but we sit now at 0-1.
Yep, and after the walk to Stromecki, it seemed like Hahn was really getting inside Tucker's head, but Tucker has come back with 4 straight strikes with an 0-1 count here and 2 outs. Pitch now, runner thinks about going. And that will go for ball 1. Frickman thought about throwing back to first to get Stromecki. Took a bit too big of a secondary lead, but first baseman DiMaria wasn't there in time. So it's 1-1. Tucker comes set. The pitch to Carroll, and is running, is Hahn.
Oh!
And called safe at
like he had his
third.
hand.
And Coach Casey wants to discuss that one. That was a very close play, a nice throw from Frickman. I will say it was a very good slide there from Hahn. He just had his right hand going around, but it looked pretty close. I
thought Varinos had gotten his hand right there on the base, but
yeah,
the umpire obviously thought otherwise.
And so that's the second stolen base in this inning, and the third stolen base of the day for Justin Hahn.
Wow.
That brings him to 11 on the season. Very impressive. And now the go-ahead run
90 feet away, despite what Tufts coach believes happened. But hey, if you're Tucker, you know, 2-1, you're still in control now. You can end the inning.
Absolutely. All it takes is a little grounder. See what Tucker gets.
It's a 2-1 count now to Carroll. Throws back over to first, actually, on Stremecki. Stremecki, even though Hahn ran on the last pitch, Stremecki stayed back at first. Not too sure why. But so it's still 2-1. Tucker with a pitch, swinging him foul back, makes it 2-2. He needs one more strike to get out of the inning here for Tucker. But Carroll won't go away easily. He had a walk just last inning. In fact, that was a very good at bat, including a full count.
Let's see how he tests the patience of the freshman.
The pitch now. Popped foul again. Back towards the parking lot.
Does not get a car. Only on the third bounce.
Yeah, doesn't count at that point.
No.
So it's still 2-2. And I wonder, so it's 2:45 now. The second game was scheduled to start at 3.
A little ambitious, you could say.
Yeah. 2-2 count. And it's fouled again. Back towards the dugout, the Middlebury dugout this time. So Carroll will still be fighting. And even though it is the 7th inning and this game could be ending soon, it's also a tie game. Could be free baseball, and who knows when the second game starts. I don't know if there are any rules on if they would just, do they ever call it a tie? Who knows?
Not too sure.
But now it's another 2-2 pitch from Tucker. This one fouled again.
Just behind the plate.
Carroll is really fighting. Just getting the edge of the ball in the past few of these, just managing to foul it back. But Tucker has done well so far to keep firing. Still one strike away. And on the other hand, the Panthers just 90 feet away from taking the lead. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And the strikeout from Tucker gets the bench, the Jumbo's bench, on their feet. As after no hits, the Panthers leave 2 runners on base in the top of the 7th, and we'll head to the bottom of the 7th. Still a tie game. Jumbo is looking for a chance to walk it off.
See what they can do. Looks like we have maybe a new pitcher in the ballgame.
Yes, so this will be 22. That's Alex Price, another freshman, coming in for relief for Morris.
Impressive to see him put out, just like Tucker, in these dire situations.
Yep.
in the late innings. Let's see what he can do.
Yep, Price has been in 4 games so far, 2 starts, 15 and a third innings pitched, with a 4.11 ERA. And for the Jumbos, right into the heart of the order with Ryan Day, Casey Santos Ocampo, and Peter DiMaria.
What you want to see for the Bows?
Yep. Yep, and Price has a lefty coming in for relief.
Change it up on the Jumbos.
Yep.
Do we have any switch hitters in the lineup? It doesn't look like it, at least based on the roster.
Yeah, so this leadoff batter, Ryan Day, he's a lefty, so it could be bringing in Price for him.
No. Little lefty specialist action.
Leading off for the Jumbos at the bottom of the 7th inning, the designated hitter number 23, Ryan Day.
Ryan Day, number 23, coming to the plate. The first pitch from Price is in there, off speed for a strike. Good start for him. Oh, 1 pitch, curve, fool's day, but he doesn't get the call, so it's 1-1. The 1-1. Swung on and fouled back from Day. Back over towards the softball field. One-two pitch from Price. This one looked good, but it was, umpire says it's a little high. Makes it 2-2. Pitch, and this one swung up the middle. Backhanded, couldn't make the play, was Hennings at second. And that'll be a leadoff single for Day. I assume the that will go down as a hit. And so in the bottom of the 7th, the Jumbos will get their first runner on base.
Let's see if this builds up to something for the Jumbos. Good start to this bottom half of the last day.
Yep, coming up now will be Casey Santos Ocampo. Ocampo is 1 for 2 on the day with a single and a walk. First pitch, he looks to bunt, doesn't happen.
Go!
Oh, and the pitch down to first goes into right field. Day now running to second, slides in, again goes
and a
back,
Little League
getting
play
it to
out
third.
here.
It's going, the wide, he stops at third, they stop him at third. The wide left field foul territory almost meant that end of the game, but after what will most likely be 2 throwing errors on the Panthers, the Jumbos now have the winning run 90 feet away with no outs here in the bottom of the 7th. I would guess, yeah, so the first one would be E2 and then E9 when the right fielder's throw went past the second baseman, or the shortstop, sorry, who was covering second.
And, you know, in the heat of the moment in this last inning, it's hard. I mean, sometimes it can be hard to think of the position you need to be in for a play like that. But, you know, when you're at a position like that, this sort of craziness can ensue, where now we see this runner so close to scoring.
Yep. Frickman reminding his team that it's not over yet. Still need to get the last man in. Fly ball, or hopefully any ball to the outfield would do it. The infield is in, naturally, since you can't let the run in. That would end the game. Oh, and apparently it's an intentional walk for Santos Ocampo. So that leaves it first and third. And it'll be up to Peter DiMaria, the freshman.
To me, not the kind of guy you want to have to face in this spot, but
yeah.
We will see what Price does with the opportunity. Infield in, of course, to try to prevent the run.
Yep. Oh, no, okay. That's almost what I expected. It's 2 intentional walks. They're intentionally walking the bases loaded to get to JP Knight, who hit the home run last inning.
But sort of free bases, because it only takes one, as they say.
That's right.
But intentionally walking to get up to the guy who's really had the most damage with the bat this game is an interesting choice, to say the least.
Yeah, so part of it will be because now there will be the force out at home, but that's really an interesting decision. Before this at-bat, the Middlebury coach did come out to talk to Price on the mound, and this was probably what he was discussing. So it'll be JP Tucker. Steps out of the box for a second. Sorry, JP Knight, excuse me.
Chance to be the hero.
First pitch is low for ball 1. And that's the one thing you do have to worry about when you walk the bases loaded. Sure, you get the force, but now a walk ends the game.
Or simply a pass ball.
Oh, yeah, that's true. So even more pressure on the freshman Price on the mound for the Panthers. It's 1-0 now to Knight. That one gets in there for a strike. I think Knight was always going to take that one. Just want to wait it out. If you're unsure about how the pitcher's control, then don't want to give him any free strikes.
Right, let Price make the move.
Exactly.
Let him be the aggressor.
It makes it 1-1. The pitch. Low. Knight thought about swing, but leaves it. Makes it 2-1. The pitch now. Swing and fouled back. You wanted that one. Just got a tip on it, though. That makes it 2-2. That's big there for Price. You really don't want to fall down 3-1 to this kind of hitter and in this kind of situation. So it's 2-2 now. Again, any ball to the outfield would most likely end if the outfield is playing in to try to get the tag on any fly ball. Price with the pitch. Swing and a miss. And a strikeout there for Price is huge. That leaves it still only 1 out, but now a little bit of relief, perhaps, for Price. With 1 out, that means the second baseman and the shortstop will be back. A double play is as good as an out at home. So,
but I'll say not too much relief, considering that Varinos is the second leading hitter on the team. So
that's true.
Let's see if his contact can work to the Jumbo's advantage.
Elias Varinos, the third baseman, is 1 for 2 on the day, including a single and a run scored back in the second. First pitch, he swings, and it's caught and tagged back.
Wow.
Tagged up is Di Maria at first, and that will end the inning. What a crazy turn of events there.
Base is loaded, no out. And now we get extras.
And yes, we have free baseball after a line drive to the second baseman, Hennings. A heads-up play both from him and the first baseman, Woodring, to get Di Maria doubled off. And we will head to the top of the 8th. And, I questioned the double intentional walk, but hey, it worked for them.
It gave them more options, simply put.
Yep.
Forces, and just let, it left some confidence, sure, in Price to make it work, but he did with the strikeout, and then, some heady play by his infielders.
And so we will head back to the top of the 8th with Tucker. And coming up for the Middlebury Panthers is Jake Diano, the DH, followed by Kevin Woodring and Sam Graff. And if you're tuning in looking for the 3 o'clock game, we're actually still in the first half of our doubleheader. We'll see. We'll be with you till the end of this game, and we'll try to keep you updated on the schedule for the second half.
Leading off for Middlebury College in the top of the 8th inning, the designated hitter, number 13, Jake Diano.
Diano, the base stealer, back up. See if he can make some noise.
First pitch from Tucker is a strike. Oh, 1 pitch from Tucker. This one's a little high for ball 1. Wind up and the pitch. This one fouled back to the left side. Makes it a 1-2 count. Tucker steps off.
Yeah, there's a table out there. I see one.
Come on now, Tuck. Here we go now, Tuck. Hey, Tuck. Hey, Tuck. Hey, Tuck. Hey, now.
The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a ground ball to the first baseman. DeMaria tosses it back to Tucker, who covers his position well and records the first out of the inning.
I'd love to see the freshman connection for that first out.
Absolutely.
Beat the speedy Deanna.
The first baseman, number 25, Kevin Woodring.
Up now is Woodring, who is 0 for 3 on the day, including 2 strikeouts. Tucker with a pitch. That one let for off speed, but it falls in for a strike. Strike one. The 0-1 pitch now. Swung on to center field. Mills comes in and he makes the catch in center.
Quick 2 out.
The woes continue a bit there for Woodring, as he's now 0 for 4. And Sam Graff comes to the plate. Graff had the huge single back in the 6th that scored 2 runs for the Panthers and really forced the game to where we are now. He looks at a ball here with 2 outs. Wind up, and the pitch from Tucker. This one's low for ball 2. Pitch now from Tucker, swing and a miss. Big swing there from Graff, but Tucker blew it right by him. Yeah, it's 2-1 count now. 2-1 pitch. Swing and another.
Seems to be some confusion about the count
Frickman
as the
thought
scoreboard
it
was
was
getting adjusted.
Yes, I believe the scoreboard operator didn't reset it after the last batter, so there's an extra strike up there, and Frickman believed it, I guess. So it's 2-2 now.
So Frickman will be doing the same thing in a second.
Pitch from Tucker,
And there
swing
it
and a
is.
miss.
The actual 3rd strike, end of the inning. Brings us to the bottom half.
Frickman was just getting prepared, you know. He was like, I know it's going to happen.
Oh, yeah. Just giving Tucker some confidence.
But yes, that's already Tucker's 3rd strikeout of the day in just 2 innings. And as our resident researcher / cameraman said, his fastball has been working to great work. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's what you want to see out of your reliever. Coming in with big strikeouts, keeping his nerves to a minimum, and prolonging this game.
Yep. And we will now move to the bottom of the 8th. Alex Price stays in for the Panthers. He'll be entering his 2nd inning of work, and he will face the bottom portion of the order for the Jumbos, starting with Harrison Frickman, the catcher, Will Burgess, the 2nd baseman, and Will Shackle for the shortstop. Coach giving a pep talk here to the Jumbos and reminding him, you know, just play your game. And at this point, you know, any run will end it. So
the Jumbos have working for them.
Yep.
Just takes one. But that one was certainly, you know, even hard to come by in the last inning where they were in the spot to end the game. The Panthers hedged their bets by intentionally walking to load the bases, and sure enough, they escaped it. So no guarantees, but the Jumbos just got to keep pushing.
Yep, and actually, looking back, that's the 4th time that the Jumbos have left 2 men on base So even with runners in scoring position, they haven't been able to push across and fight for these runs.
That's not what you want to see.
They're looking to change that here, so Harrison Frickman will lead off the first pitch from Price. That one is high and outside for ball one. Price with the windup in the pitch. That one falls in for a strike. The 1-1 pitch. Right down the middle for strike two. After an off-speed strike, goes back in with a fastball. Blows it past Frickman. And Frickman's now behind in the count. 1-2 pitch swing and fouled off.
Just stays alive.
Yep, just barely. But any amount of contact will do at this point. So. Another 1-2 pitch from Price. This one swung on, hit a fly ball to left center field. Back is Hahn making the play. It was a well-hit ball, but just a little bit underneath it. Kept it in the ballpark, a few feet away from the warning track for the first out of the inning. Coming up now is Will Burgess. Burgess is 0 for 3 on the day, although he reached base on a fielder's choice back in the 6th and was thrown out as the nearly go-ahead run then. This time he looks at ball one. One 0 pitch from Price. That one he looks at off speed, and that falls in there for strike one. The windup now. Nope, he steps off. I changed my mind.
It almost looked like he was in the middle of his motion.
Yeah. He thought about it, but I think
otherwise.
Yeah, Burgess might have called time. Now the pitch. This one's way outside for ball two. Two 2-1 pitch now to Burgess. Another off speed. It's a little high, and that makes it 3-1.
Nearly brushed him on the shoulder.
Yep. Price certainly likes this off-speed curve. And now the 3-1 pitch. Fastball, fouled back, and it's a full count.
Hey, let's go, baby. Work hard for it. Hey, get the 90. Get the 95. Come on now, 5. Here we go. Come on, Will. Come on,
3-2 pitch. He thinks about it, but the appeal down to the first base ump says no, and it was good choice not to swing. That one was high. Made sure not to tomahawk it, as the Jumbos will get a runner on base. And on first here with one out in the bottom of the 8th.
The shortstop, number 1, Will Shackleton.
And you have identical lines on the box score for the Bows and the Panthers, minus the 4 errors that have gone on the on Middlebury side.
Yeah. So Shackford's up to the plate now. His first pitch, he takes in for a ball. Yeah, those 4 errors, they've looked not too good in the field for the Panthers, but fortunately for them, they've managed to break out of a few jams. Including, of course, the 2 throwing errors last inning. None of the errors have so far led to runs. The 1-0 pitch now to Shackelford. This one's in the dirt again, but good stop there from Goolsby. So it's 2-0. And Shackelford has the 9 batter, just trying to get on base, bring him back to the top of the lineup with Justin Mills.
I'm Bill.
pitch. That one's in there for a strike. Jumbo's dugout didn't like that one.
I'm just as shocked as them.
Yeah, it did look low, but
I think I nearly hit the dirt. But.
yeah. Unfortunately, we don't have the nice graphic to show you the strike zone. But,
Right.
but now it's a 2-1 count to Shackelford. The pitch now from Price. That one's right down the middle. That's strike 2.
Certainly a strike.
No one can argue that one. It's brought it to a 2-2 count for Shackelford. Price is set in the pitch. Swings fouled back over our heads, so he's certainly fighting. Still 2-2. Price looks over at Burgess at first. Now the pitch is high. Makes it a full count again. Good at bat here from Shackelford. Pass to the bat at bats have gone full. And the first one did result in a walk, so we'll see if Shackelford can do the same or if Price can change his fate a little bit. 3-2 pitch. Swing and just foul down the third base line. And he's still fighting out there. That's, I believe, 7 pitches this at bat.
Seems just about.
Let's go, one. Here we go, one. Come on, Shaq. Come, Shaq. Keep fighting, Stick. Come now, Stick. Go, Shaq. Come on, Shaq. Come on, Stick. Go, Shaq.
Price looks down to Goolsby. I'm set now. Another 3-2, but he steps off, wants to think about it for a second. Certainly a big pitch. A strikeout could make it 2 outs and get you even closer to the 9th inning, while a walk would make it 1st and 2nd with just 1 out and the top of the order coming back. Another time called.
Tense moments.
They're icing the kicker.
See what ensues.
This time he throws over to first.
With the exaggerated leg kick, not much of a surprise for the runner at first to get back.
Yep, it was pretty easy for him, for Burgess. Now, is it a real 3-2 pitch this time? Price is set, throws, swing and a drive towards left field. Hahn goes back, it's over his head. And Burgess is stopping at third, and it'll be a double for Will Shackelford.
Puts him in a prime position as we get back to the top of the order with Justin Mills.
Exactly, Justin Mills, top of the order. 2 great at-bats back-to-back. First fighting for that walk, and then Shackelford, after a few foul balls and going down early in the count, a big drive to left field for the extra bases, and now 2 runners in scoring position for the Jumbos. We're in almost the same position as last time. No force at home this time as Justin Mills is at the plate. But again, any ball to the outfield should end the game.
We certainly can't doubt Price's ability to manage these 10 situations.
That's true. He's done it before. Can he do it again? The first pitch goes in there for a strike to Mills. Infield naturally is in again. And it works last time. Mills with the pitch, swings. It's a fly ball to center field. Shackelford will tag. Stremecki with a throw home. And slide, and he's safe. And Shackelford will score. The sac fly from Justin Mills wins the game for the Tufts Jumbos in 8 innings. Doesn't sound like extras, but it is when you're the first half of a doubleheader. And 4-3 is your final score here at Huskins Field.
Certainly, you could say a great start with this first half of the doubleheader going in the Bows' favor.
Yeah, it took a little bit longer than we expected. It's already 3:15, but in the end, the Jumbos pull it out 4-3 with a huge huge sac fly there from Justin Mills.
And it was really Shackelford's double in the previous at-bat. That put him in this great position to be able to drive in that winning run.
That's right. The past 3 innings really have all been great opportunities. First, the home run from J.P. Knight to even tie the game in the bottom of the 6th, and then bases loaded in the 7th. Even though they weren't able to force one across, they certainly brought the tension, and then it's almost the same situation, and we managed to take advantage of it here in the 8th and win the game.
Absolutely. You felt the tide kind of leaning more in the Jumbo's direction as we close this one out.
Yep, Aiden Tucker will get his 3rd win of the season, coming in relief. And the loss will go to Alex Price of the Panthers.
But nonetheless, a great effort by him to
absolutely
to leave that 7th inning unscathed, despite the bases loaded, no out. And you know,
yeah. Yep. So don't go away. The second half of this doubleheader, I know that you're on the edge of your seats. You can take a bit of a break. We expect the next game to start in about half an hour, which I know is a little bit past when we originally planned it to. But certainly it will happen. That one will be a 9-inning game. Same teams, Tufts, Middlebury. And that will be called here on JumboCast by Owen and Lucas Johnson. That's Owen Finnegan and Lucas Johnson on the call. So don't go away. But for now, that's all from us. For Matt Goldfarb and Daniel Mahoney, thanks for tuning in here at Huskins Field.